know that I'm your business partner.
All right. Well, that's really more for an individual person who forgets that I'm your business partner. But
All right. All right. Yeah. Quad witching day, meaning that they are going to try to do everything possible to kill premiums on both sides because that's where they make their money. So, if you guys are trying to day trade today and you have contracts that are basically going to expire pretty soon, especially if they're trying to, or if they're going to expire today, it might be a rough day for y'all. Because all they have to do is either make it chop or just make the market go flat or whatever you're trading, just stay flat if you're trading options. So make sure you have that exit plan, guys. Don't get greedy. Today is not the day to get greedy if your contracts don't have a lot of expiration left on it. So it's time to secure the bag. But other than that, Todd, what do we have for today?
let's talk about we talked about a winner yesterday. It turned out to be a winner. Ticker PIK.
Ticker PIK.
Kid Pick Corp. They had a deal with Disney. We thought the news was weak, but when we looked at the float structure, it had a low float, a little over 7 million shares. But I shared where
that was the outstanding shares. I think the float was like 1 something or 2.
Well,
or 5.
The family owns 5 million shares. So it was basically they've got them locked up. So the float was under 2 million shares, but it didn't do anything until late in the day.
Like, I decided to push it out as an alert. I was watching it, and I watched it, and when it was after about, hell, I'd have to go back and look at my times, but like after a few minutes into the market, I started noticing that, man, this is not getting crushed. And even though there's very low volume in it, it's holding up. And I started thinking, I was like, okay, so if this thing is actually holding up here, if you guys can see my chart right here, it's holding up. And the volume is a lot lower. Well, there are people who decided to pay that 15 cents per share yesterday for their short locate fees. And those locates are just to have access to be able to trade it. That it's not taken into consideration of actually shorting it yet.
Correct.
So, they were paying out the wazoo already for those locate fees right here. It was not getting crushed by any means at all. It was still holding up. The volume was low. And I started thinking, I was like, man, the people who decided to come in and short this, they're stuck, at least right in here. They're stuck. And they can't get out because the volume is so low that if they start to cover, it's just going to push it up, and it's really going to start to squeeze. And then eventually, it did kind of peter off here. This is mainly due to profit taking, which is to be expected. Heck, the day before, it was under $2. So, I pushed the alert out. I won't tell the exact ranges, but I pushed the alert out for what I was looking at. And, I really just got tired of waiting on this daggone thing because, hell, it was already into lunchtime. And I was just like, damn, this thing is just going to keep going sideways. And it looked like it was just going to do a slow bleed out of people just taking profits. And it eventually, at the end of the day, people who were short decided like, oh, shit, we have to start covering. And that's what this is right here. People started covering, and that's what gave it that good run up. So this thing, here we are, pre-market. It's holding up, and currently, Todd, what are short locates?
At my broker, they're 33 cents. Actually, they're 0.333. So they're twice what they were yesterday. But we should probably share the mentality of a short trader. Short trader bias is such a disease in your mindset that you believe that, oh, I just keep adding. And so even if you show in the chart there, I think there's still a lot of shorts that are caught on that push when it hit over $6 that piled in that may not have covered yet.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. And I believe that there's probably a lot of shorts, who are getting in right in this range around this upper $5 range above 580, coming in for the short, trying to nail it down again, because they're going to go off of this range back here where it pulled back pretty hard. So I'm assuming, and I'm probably right, but there's no way that I can actually prove it. But I'm assuming that they came in to try to short it right here, and with locates now being 33 cents, if this thing holds up, this mama is gonna squeeze for real. That's the main thing here. If this holds up, like it just has to hold up. If this thing holds up and the volume dies, and while like I was saying back here, if the volume dies and it holds up, they're stuck. Because the moment that either A, someone comes in to start buying it, or B, you have a bear who has a large short position, and they're probably profitable in that moment, but they start to realize, crap, the volume has died off. I need to get out of this thing. When they start to cover, it starts to push it up. And then the other bears see it and they're just like, oh shit, I'm now red. I got to cover. And they start pushing up. And then it triggers on everybody's scanners as it breaks above these highs. And retail traders are like, oh shit, this thing is running. And so they start buying it. So that's how a squeeze happens right there, guys. Exactly. So this thing might really do some wild stuff today.
And short traders will be in a situation where, like in the after hours, they have it like maybe they've got 3,000, 4,000 shares they're trying to cover, which is a small position most likely. But if the volume's died up, trying to cover like 500 shares, 1,000 shares at a time, you literally see stock prices move like with your small trades, because it really is locked up.
Yeah,
and then you're really effed.
Yeah, like if you're bear shorting like that, and you notice that just trying to move and cover 1,000 shares at a time is moving the stock. Good Lord, you're screwed. Hopefully you don't have tens of thousands of shares because you're done for if you are. Because by the time you start to unload your shares, everybody else is going to be unloading that at the same time. And then you're going to, if it starts pushing up too hard and everybody is covering, then retail is, buying the run. It's going to start the stock to halt up. And at that point, if you get caught in a situation like this and it's halting up against you, if you're a bear, oh, Jesus Christ, you are.
The two key areas for me today is to watching this is there's pretty good, decent resistance around 670, 675. And that's a sloppy number. I didn't break the chart down clean there, but there's resistance there in that range. And then the next range is 830. So if it breaks 830 cleanly, oh mama, this could be a fun one.
Really, this could turn into a black swan. Right now I'm just speculating based off of what I can see on the chart, because obviously that's the only thing I can go off of at the moment. But if this holds up with this setup right here, man, we know the bears are going to come in and try to short it. And if they're not pulling it down because literally there's only 7 million something shares outstanding and a lot of this is already owned, man, this thing might just keep squeezing on them. We potentially could have a black swan, in my opinion. Now, that's not me saying, buy this. because obviously I don't give financial advice. I'm just saying that based off of what I see on the chart right now, and in my own opinion, if this thing holds up, it's a dangerous situation for the Bears. So this will be interesting to watch and see what happens today. I'm actually going to focus on this today, and hopefully it starts moving up. If it breaks these pre-market highs, I'll know what's up at that point.
So 620 is obviously the first strong resistance that we have to deal with. 619 was the high yesterday, and then 620 this morning. So that number, so the three numbers from here are 620, 675-ish, I'll call it, and then 830.
Yep. So yeah, PIK is what I'll have. Well, it's what will have my attention today, completely in the market. Other than that, I mean, I don't really see crap pre-market. I mean, we have some petty stuff going on, but it's just, it's just like the other days, just whatever. Michael, to answer your question about the SPY and quad witching day and what normally happens, usually it's just choppy. That's pretty much it. Like I was saying in the beginning of the show, the market's usually choppy, or it's going to try to go as flat as possible to just kill premiums. So, yeah. Tyler, let's take a quick look at the comments, see what we got going on there. What are you guys looking at today?
All right, let's see here. S. John, well done. Excellent. Appreciate you sharing all that extra news.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, Todd. There have been sometimes I've come on here and I'll just go through S. John's news just to see read shit.
There you go.
It's so much easier.
Actually, I think let me see here.
S. John, aka Michael Bloomberg. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
Yesterday was Recon's birthday, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then today he's putting on there Get the Vaseline. He must have had a hell of a birthday party.
Oh man. I'm just running through comments, guys. Let's see. Michael, absolutely. It is a good day for that. You know what? Let's take a look at CNN. It's been a few days since I've looked at that one.
Michael, are you a GTA dude also? I thought you were like this multi-gazillionaire real estate developer, broker. How would you have time to play GTA out there crushing corporate real estate deals?
It's easy. He can have his peasants play it on his behalf, and he just tells them what to do.
You guys are crazy.
All right. Ticker CNN. Let me check the share structure really quick.
Isn't that the old APOP?
No, this is the old Naked brand one.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. Well, Michael, you know the story how to have millions in the stock market. Start with multi-millions.
That is true. People do it every day. All right. CNN. This is the old Naked brand. This is EV company. This is a long-term hold for me. It's like a 2-year hold for me, in my opinion. Their current share structure, as long as this is accurate, since they really just did this reverse merger not too long ago, it technically should be accurate, but since they did a reverse merger, I mean, we don't necessarily know, since they haven't had a set of earnings yet. We don't know if they've sold any shares, or whatever it may have been, any deals or whatever. So currently, last reported, they have 261.2 million shares outstanding, which honestly is not bad for an EV company. For small cap, technically that would be a lot too many shares for me personally, but this one is different in my opinion. This company who reverse merged with Naked Brand to form this company right here, they already have a product out in the market. It's been on the market. They were just looking to, make their way into the U.S. Stock Exchange, and doing a reverse merger like that is honestly the quickest, easiest, and cheapest way overall. It's back before like the whole SPAC craze. This is what everybody done. I mean, it's still what everybody does now. It's more common in like the OTC world, but at the same time, in the OTC world, if someone is doing a reverse merger, chances are it's just a big ass scam to sell shares. They're just really rotating shell companies. But when you're talking about a Nasdaq listed company, it's a whole different ballgame. The regulations that they have to be compliant to. They really enforce this stuff, and they have so many approval processes. So that's why like I'm okay with like reverse mergers on the big boards like Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, but I won't touch an OTC one. So this company right here, they do have a solid product. They're just getting up off the ground in terms of like U.S. Stock Exchange. They're actually going to open up a plant. I can't remember where they said off the top of my head, but they're opening up a plant in the United States. So that would be good for one. And I think last year, I don't want to misquote them, but I was just gonna say like how many units that they rolled off their assembly line. So when looking at this on a daily chart, we are breaking above this upper Bollinger Band line here. So that's a positive. We've trended sideways for a little while at the moment. So currently, this has stabilized. I mean, at the moment. So if this thing can hold up, really, I mean, we could see this push up to about 380 for the first resistance in here. And then above that, let's see, right at 5. Let me chart this. So around 380 for the first resistance for potential rejection off the bottom side of that 86 EMA. And then, if it does push up above that, we have that $5 resistance. And you can see it right there. Now, long term, again, in my opinion, I believe that this company is going to do something great in the future. My timeline is 2 years. It may take longer. I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm going to play by ear. Now, I'm not like heavy in this thing, but this is one I do have a position in it. And my intent is to grow over time, but I'm not gonna get in over my head on this. It will take them some time to grow as a company, but I personally believe that they do have great potential overall. So as it stands right at this moment, let's see, 155. All right. So we got just a little resistance right here at 155, but I believe we'll probably break that today, push up. And if we break above 188, I think that might start this, strong bullish run, at least in the context of a short-term run. And we'll just really have to see what it does at that point. So kind of one of those standby to standbys. But we are seeing some hope right in this range. So that's just what I see for ticker CENN.
All right, we're less than 7 minutes to the start of the market.
All right.
Take a look at ticker IMPP. It was in my newsletter this morning. It's having a pop right now. It's up
IMPP.
IMPP, Imperial Petroleum.
And this chart looks horrible. All right. So I personally don't like this setup overall. I mean, nice little pop. We should, based off of how stocks tend to kind of move around, and this isn't always a guaranteed, but based on how they tend to move around, we should, theoretically speaking, kind of see some support in this range. Once something moves up like this and then pulls back and breaks below that middle Bollinger Band line, we tend to kind of get that support just beneath it, and then it will bounce and kind of pull back up. Now, where people are going to get burned is the people who think that this is going to just keep running and break all-time highs and sell to the moon, which, I mean, heck, for all we know, I mean, it really could do that. I mean, you never know. But what I'm just saying is, just based off of a technical setup and just understanding, due to experience, how these setups work in regards to like Bollinger Bands, what happens is after that push up like that, and then, that sharp pullback, we find that support just beneath that middle Bollinger Band line. It bounces at second time, and usually just slightly, like what I like to do personally is I'll just do like a measurement, not like a specific one-to-one measurement, but I just eyeball it and kind of go like halfway to look for my target range. So like right here, by default, I would just draw a line right there, and then I would look at the candles underneath it to see, kind of what it's doing. And then I would probably say that this one right here is actually my target, based off of a bounce. And I do that because, well, I know retail traders are going to keep holding on to this damn thing, and they can hold on to it if I'm getting in right here, and I'll sell right here, and then, well, best of luck. So yeah, when you're trying to play these bounce plays like this, you find that, well, what I do is I find that kind of like that mid-range, and then I just go to the candlestick like beneath it, and if I can find that, where it traded at, whether it's a support resistance line, I'll just chart it right there, and that will actually be my target. So that's what I see for ticker IMPP. And really, like, I'm not going to get in this one because, I got my hands in so much other shit anyways right now. But if I was going to get into it, it'd really just be like a starter position right here. And on the daily chart, we're already up a little bit, but it would be a starter position like right in here. And then as it started like moving up, I'd probably add more at the break above about 335, 340 in that range. And then I'd be looking to unload around that $5 range. So that's just my personal opinion for ticker IMPP.
All right. We are about 3 minutes out right now.
All right. Well, Todd, that is all I have for today. Do you have anything else?
I don't. Quad witching day. Be careful. Be smart. Protect your capital. Good trade. Smart trades. We are St. Patrick's Day hangovers people are experiencing. So take care of yourself.
All right, everybody. Like Todd said, trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.